But I guess the question is, when does a manual handling task actually become hazardous? And so there's four factors: task, individual, the load, and the environment. So we'll start with the task. So if the task is too strenuous or there's awkward postures involved, then that increases the risk of a task or a manual handling task to actually become hazardous. If we look at the individual and the anthropometrics of the individual, so the size, the weight, the height, that can also change whether a task becomes hazardous or not. For example, in this picture here, we can see that this person is shorter than average. As a result, a step has been put in place to bring the person up to the right height. Otherwise, this would have been a lot more hazardous in terms of a task. So if someone is too tall and they're trying to bend forward over a really low desk or conveyor belt, then that's also going to be hazardous. The skill and experience of the individual is also a factor. So data does suggest that a lot of injuries tend to happen from new employees, and that's because they're not experienced with the task and they don't have the correct or adequate efficiency for that task. The last two are the load. So simply if the load is too heavy or too awkward, that's a risk factor. And the environment. So extremely cold conditions means a lack of blood flow, and that increases the risk of an injury. And the space. I think that the space also ties into awkwardness. If you don't have the available space to work in, then you're going to change your posture and your positioning, and that's going to put you into an awkward posture and once again increase the risk.